Hello everyone and welcome back to the UConn Huskies Dynasty. The Huskies are 3-2 so far this season, currently still in the top 20, but only 1-2 in the conference after a loss to Kansas State. And now we face off against the Syracuse Orange. Really only a couple things to mention before we get started. Kareem Ursua is very close to committing. It looks like Maryland and Penn State have backed off. He is supposed to be visiting next week, but we may not need it. And the same goes for Christine Poljan. He is visiting next week. He's visiting Georgia this week. So if he has like an insane visit, he could commit to Georgia this week. Hopefully he holds out one more week and we can get him next week. And then the other one to keep an eye on is Florida State and Matt Griggs, the 4-star gem power back. He is visiting Florida State this week, and they gained more influence than us last week. So there is a significant chance FSU steals this guy. And then one new man added to the board, that's Anthony Giordano. I'm actually not certain we're going to be able to get onto his board to begin with, but he does have 94 speed, and he's a 4-star gem from Honolulu, Hawaii. UConn is 2-1 in the series against the Syracuse Orange. Can we make it 3-1 today and get back on track and back to 500 in Big 12 play? Syracuse, no slouch of a team, and they have even stolen some significant players from us in the past. Time to put them in their place and catch a dub. UConn gonna start with the football today, and I think the first thing you're gonna notice is a new look to the offense. Fortunately, you can't, of course, fire the offensive coordinator at any time during the season, but this is akin to a play calling change. I have changed the playbook. So it should be quite a bit more spread out, which may or may not come back to haunt us, as we'll find Brock Montgomery down the field, up past the 40, down at the 40, they say. The first throw of the day from Cole Welliver, on the money to the senior wideout Brock Montgomery. By the way, occasionally you may see me come out to this camera angle. It's just impossible to see all the way to the sidelines if you don't. So if there's some type of screen route out there, that is what I'll be doing. As we'll throw, this time it is Dalton Schmizniak on the reception to make it a 3rd and short. Just hoping to get the offense going somehow. I think something needed to change. I didn't want to make a quarterback change because it didn't feel fair to Welliver. On 3rd and 2, McBath with the carry will get the first, and he's up to the 25. This does also mean you might see some more receivers. Tevin Madu will end up in the game more. Terry Overhauser should be in more frequently. Uses a lot more wide receivers as McBath, proving we don't need him. The running back getting to the 12. 1st and 10 from the 12. And we'll look to throw. We've got Dorian Tobin with a little bit of space to work with afterwards and finds 8 yards. And something that's kind of happened all year is when we get into this spot, it's always Max Cadet that comes into the game and tries to steal the touchdown. Will he do so this time? He does. Untouched. Touchdown, UConn. Max Cadet, the beneficiary of all the yardage that Shaq McBath got for him, finds the 6 points, but it's all the same when you're on the same team. This is a Syracuse offense that has seen better days and better seasons. Peter Kingsbury is the senior quarterback for them. Their main halfback is Yassine Willis. They also have Darren Cantrell. And at wide receiver, it's Kevin Brendel, Darian Raggi, Conrad Willingham, and Brett Hurley. And then at tight end, it's Taylor Watkins and Ron Van Lannen. They do have a solid offensive line by overall, but honestly, this is maybe the worst iteration of the Syracuse Orange offense we've seen in this series. Seems like maybe they've been a little bit too focused on getting defensive recruits. They do have a bit better of a defense than they do an offense, stealing guys like Barry Wright and Paul Townsell from us. Dropped pass by the tight end Taylor Watkins, hit him in the hands. And that's the concern. Syracuse used to have a superstar tight end, and now they've got somebody that's barely over a 70 overall. It's a fake jet, and then Joey Terrell meeting Darren Cantrell in the backfield. Loss of 3, and now it's a 3rd and 13. Syracuse, of course, a team that runs with tempo, always have, seemingly always will. From the 22, back to pass, scrambling, running out of time. Clyde Novak in the backfield along with D'Angelo Townsend. And Kingsbury throws it away. They'll punt. By the way, if you want to keep an eye out for those players I mentioned, Barry Wright and Paul Townsell. Barry Wright is the lead DT for Syracuse. He wears number 98. And Paul Townsell is the CB2. He wears number 5. Neither of those two have really developed like our guys have, like Raheem Lovelace and Joey Terrell, who are both in the 90s. And a similar situation where one's a senior, the other's a junior, as McBath gets the carry and gets no gain. 2nd and 10 from the 35, play action. And gonna try to get the check down to McBath, but hit as he throws his Welliver third down. On 3rd and 10, we'll try again from the 35. We're back to pass. Tevin Madu is wide open. The pass is out late, though, and it's incomplete. 4th down and 10, we'll punt. From the 32, a 1st and 10 for Syracuse. Kingsbury will look to throw on the first play of the new drive, and that is incomplete. Forced out by George Kiki, who is now exiting with an injury. He was kind of grabbing at that right hamstring. Hopefully not too serious. We do not have a ton of depth at corner, so Alfonso Ruiz comes in. 2nd and 10 from the 32. Kingsbury will fake the handoff, and he will carry it himself, brought down by Joey Terrell, but does get about 4 yards. And now it's a 3rd down and 6 from the 37. Cantrell appears to be their preferred back as Kingsbury throws quickly, but overthrown. He's hit as he throws. Kiki, not a super big injury risk here. 4th and 6 for Syracuse. They'll punt it away. So a very quick 3 and out for UConn on the last drive. Let's see if we can do a little bit better this time. From the 24, McBath gets the carry, finds a burst of speed, and finds a lane, and finds a first. From the 36, 1st down and 10. Blitz on its way. Welliver wants Tobin, but he's running out of field, and he can't reach it. Makes it a 3rd down and 10 after a couple incompletions. And Welliver wants it all, looking deep for Dorian Tobin. It doesn't have the arm. It's intercepted by guess who? That's Paul Townsell picking off Cole Welliver. But it was actually a bit of an arm punt, to be honest with you. Even if it was picked, I figured they'd be down inside the 10. So now a bit of a risky situation for the Orange. Still 7-0 UConn. Lane up the middle, opens up for Willis, and he's off to the races. How did they get the blocking as George Kiki going to try to chase him down, and he does, but it's a 76-yard pickup for Yassine Willis. We even run committed up the middle, and somehow that lane still opened up for Syracuse. And now Kingsbury has his team in the shotgun. They still went to the hurry up after the huge gain, and he's back to pass. Blocking is very good for Kingsbury, and he finds his target, and that's going to be another 1st down. I'm sure you noticed George Kiki back in the game. He's the one who made that chase down tackle. No serious injuries there. 1st and goal from the 9. Handoff Willis, and he runs into Joey Terrell, brings him down at the 5. 2nd and goal. 2 minutes left to play here in the 1st quarter, and it's a handoff to Cantrell. Nowhere to go, losing a yard even. That's Byler in the backfield. 3rd and goal from the 6. Kingsbury out of the shotgun, Cantrell in the backfield with him, throwing quickly, and that's a touchdown. Played poorly by Santos. And it's going to be Ron Van Lanen, the backup tight end, getting the touchdown reception, and Syracuse will tie this football game up. Well, the new playbook hasn't helped too much. Still just been ugly offense from UConn. On the 22, it's 1st and 10. McBath cuts this back and finds a lane up the middle to get about 10. I will say it does open up the field quite a bit more. So McBath gets another carry, finds more yardage, and gets to the 38. Under a minute left to play in the 1st quarter, and McBath will get another carry. His lineman gets laid out, but McBath finds the edge, gets 4. And on 2nd and 6 from the 42, we're back to pass, and Welliver wants Schmizniak, hit as he throws, but finds him anyway, and it's past the 50. And that'll end the 1st quarter. 2nd quarter underway, it's a 1st and 10 from the 47. McBath with the carry, and fighting for extra yardage, gets 7. On 2nd and 3, big blitz on its way. We'll get this out quickly to Angler, who has to make a jump to make that catch. Not the best throw from Welliver. That brings up a 3rd down and kind of a long one here. McBath on the carry. Block missed, but McBath makes a quick enough move to get the 1st. From the 31, 1st down and 10. As Welliver will look to throw, tries to rifle one in there, and it's in and out of the hands of Brock Montgomery. On 2nd and 10, McBath gets the carry. So much running room here. Jukes out the safety to get a few extra yards and up inside the 20. From the 17, a 1st down. And Welliver throwing for the end zone, wants Dalton Schmizniak, and he comes down with another jump ball. He did this a week ago against Kansas State. Maybe you just got to throw it up to the guy and he'll make a play. Touchdown from Welliver to Dalton Schmizniak, the new red zone threat. And it's going to be a touchdown lead once again for the UConn Huskies. 1st and 10, Syracuse back down by a touchdown. Had the explosive running play on the last drive. Good block there from the backup tight end Van Lanen. for the lead tight end, Taylor Watkins, to pick up a first. Under center goes Kingsbury. 1st and 10 from the 36. And they will hand it off to Willis. Stiff arms the hell out of Nick Giuliano and finds 9 yards. I don't know why Willis wasn't in previously. He seems like a much better back than Cantrell. Willis gets the carry here, and again, a running lane opens up for the guy. He breaks a tackle, and he gets a first to the 48. This is evidently a guy that we are incapable of tackling on our first attempt. And it'll be another handoff, Willis, but Joey Terrell, one of the best tacklers on the team, doing some push-ups to keep warm, gets the TFL. 2nd and 12 from the 50 after the loss. Kingsbury, there's a flag down on the play, has a man wide open. It's Taylor Watkins. Nate Putu missing out on his assignment there, and the penalty is on D'Angelo Townsend for encroachment. That's a touchdown for the Orange. They will decline this play, and Syracuse will tie this game up. What is this defense doing? One of those classic EA Sports situations where the man that is supposed to be on number 49, the guy all the way over here, is on the opposite end of the field. Just so stupid. So in no time at all, in fact, it was just slightly over a minute, Syracuse able to tie this game up. Shaq McBath gets the carry, finds some more running room, and gets 8 more yards. He's having a great day so far. 2nd and 2 from the 26. No blitz on its way, and we'll get this to Dalton Schmizniak. Bit of a floater there from Welliver. So far, Dalton appears to be the one primarily benefiting from the new look offense. 4 catches on the day for him already. McBath on the carry, makes a man miss, and goes down with a first down. He's already over the century mark. 5.5 left to play here in the first half as McBath gets a carry, finds a running lane, makes a cutback, and gets another first. Averaging nearly 10 per carry right now is McBath. Dan Boyd checks in though. 1st and 10 from the 43, and Boyd gets the carry, out running the edge defender and getting a first himself. McBath only needing the 1 play off. Back in the backfield, 1st and 10 from the 31, big blitz on its way. We're going to lob this up for Dorian Tobin. It's out of reach from Cole Welliver. That's a free touchdown if he makes that throw. Seemed like maybe that connection was back, but it has been a struggle kind of all year for Welliver and Tobin to meet up. Somehow Welliver seems to under or overthrow the guy nearly every time. McBath gets us 10 though. Now on a 3rd and inches from the 22, we will go back Shaq McBath's way, and he's having himself a career day so far. He does also already have 18 rushing attempts, which is absurd in just the first half. 1st and 10 from the 15. Blitz on its way, and we get this to Dorian Tobin, fighting for the extra yardage, just shy of that touchdown. So now it's a 1st and goal from the 1, and Max Cadet is back in the game to try to power us into the end zone. Cadet on the carry into the end zone, touchdown UConn. He's the goal line back. What can you say? A la Jamal Williams from a few years ago on the Lions. The guy who came in on the goal line, got the job done. That's who Max Cadet is for us this season. He surely has a bigger role in his future, but for now, that's what he does, and he does it very, very well. If you're curious about Cadet's line so far today, 2 rushes for 2 yards and 2 touchdowns. But now we need the defense to step up, and that is backwards of what it's been all season. Offense appears to be doing at least a bit better today, but the defense is now the one struggling, but Raheem Lovelace puts that to bed, getting a sack here, a loss of 7 for Peter Kingsbury. And so now it is the 2-minute timeout, so only 2 minutes here in the first half remaining. Kingsbury back to pass, quick check down to the tight end Watkins, makes it a 3rd and 13 from the 17. 1:22 left to play. UConn maybe with an opportunity for more points if they don't get the first here. Yassine Willis, no way is he gonna find that lane, and it's a 1st down for Syracuse. I can't make that up. Something about this running back, not Cantrell, he's the one in the backfield right now. Something about Willis and our defense, we can't tackle the guy. As Kingsbury throws, man, wide open over the middle. And that is a 1st and 10 to the 48. And now they're looking like they might get some more points on this drive. A minute left to play. Kingsbury gonna go down. It's A.J. Hepburn. He had a huge week last week. He's back again for more. 2nd and 18 coming up. Cantrell in the backfield. And Kingsbury, all kinds of time, takes the drag route underneath, finding that's Kevin Brendel. And they're not using that last time out yet. 3rd and 12, 45 seconds left in the half. If they convert here, they'll probably be pretty close to field goal range. Corin Daly hitting him as he throws it away, and they will ultimately punt it away. Still a decent chunk of time on the clock. 1st and 10 from the 20, and Welliver is back to pass, and he wants Terry Overhauser, finds him. That was a dot from Welliver, but it means nothing. Holding for Manny Smith. 1st and 20 from the 10. Man is open down the field. Can he hook up with Terry Overhauser? It's an overthrow, but Overhauser has it hit him in the hands, and he still can't catch it. Welliver, you're supposed to be the guy with the deep ball. On 2nd and 20, we're going to go to the ground, force Syracuse to use that last timeout. Maybe McBath makes some magic happen, but no. And they're not even going to call the timeout. We're just going to go to half. 21-14. It's been a decent showing from the offense, though not great still through the air, which is really where we've been struggling. And it's been kind of a bad showing for the defense. One of the worst so far this year, especially in the ground game, and especially against specifically Yassine Willis, who just seems to have our number. Surprised they're not getting him the ball more. 1st and 10, Syracuse starts with the football, and it's Cantrell in the backfield. It's a throw quickly over the middle, and Giuliano tried his best to force that out, but some good hands there from the wideout. That was Kevin Brendel, I believe, on the reception there. 1st and 10 at the 38 for the Orange. Kingsbury out of the shotgun. He'll hand off Cantrell, trying to bounce this to the outside, waiting for a hole to open up, and it never does. Lovelace gets the tackle. So now a 2nd down and 10 from the 38. Cantrell more of a receiving back, so they may go to the air here. No, Kingsbury actually going to keep it on the ground himself and meet Santos, but has a huge pickup up to the UConn 42. You guys recall, it was a season or two ago, we were absolutely horrendous versus read option. For some reason, our players can never read it properly. As Kingsbury under some pressure, down he goes, a loss of 10. It's Joey Terrell. He leads the team in sacks. Now solo versus Adonis Keough with that one. How are you going to lead the team in sacks and interceptions and possibly even tackles? I mean, the guy is just incredible. 2nd down and 20. It's Willis on the carry, and this time he meets the linebacker duo Raheem Lovelace and Joey Terrell. With those two on the field, I feel confident at all times. 3rd and 18 from the 50. Kingsbury running out of time. D'Angelo Townsend chasing him down. He'll throw it away, and ultimately they will punt it. From the 25, a 1st and 10 for UConn. And McBath will get the carry to start the new half. That's his 20th on the day. He's at 146 yards. We'll probably shut him down pretty soon again. Unless we feel like we need him, I guess. 2nd and 7. McBath will get another carry. Hits that spin move. Finds 4 more yards. That brings us to a 3rd down and 3 from the 32. McBath on the carry. Blitz not picked up. That is embarrassing from this O-line. What are we doing? He just runs past Wayne Rourke. Doesn't even engage. It's a free 1st down for McBath otherwise. That's the only guy that could stop that. Syracuse will start on their new drive from their own 32. 7 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Kingsbury is out of the shotgun and will look to throw. Blitz picked up nicely by the Orange O-line. Broken tackle. I don't know who that was that missed the tackle, but it's a huge pickup for the Orange because of it. Upon a quick replay inspection, it was Jamie Santos that missed that tackle. Kingsbury out of the shotgun again, out of the hurry up. 2 tight ends to the right, but it's a fake handoff to Willis and an underthrow, a really bad one from Peter Kingsbury. And that brings us to a 2nd down and 10 from the 45. Cantrell back in the game. Willis checks out. They bring a man in motion. It's Watkins. Kingsbury time to throw. Decent pocket. Finding his target. And that is a pickup of 4 to set up a 3rd and 6. So a 3rd and medium. I expect they'll go to the air here from the 41. Blitz sent from UConn. We're in the backfield. Kingsbury gets it off, but it's another throwaway. And they're going to punt it once again. This guy loves to throw the football away on 3rd downs. That's like the worst time to do it. Just heave one up. Who cares? 1st and 10 from the 14 for UConn. Embarrassing last drive from the O-line, and McBath not really running out of gas. It almost seems like the O-line is. On 2nd and 9 from the 14, play action. And Welliver, no time to throw. Oh, man, he had Tobin one-on-one deep. It was Barry Wright, by the way, the one getting the pressure. 3rd and 9. And we've got a man deep. Flag is down. If that's a holding, it's going to bring back a touchdown. I'm going to hope and pray that it's not, because it's a touchdown for Terry Overhauser. Manny Smith, I can't with you. Another holding call on Manny Smith. Another perfect deep ball. from Cole Welliver that it undoes. Manny Smith may need to be benched. It's getting to that point. 3rd and 16 from the 7. We're back to pass, and we've got a deep ball. There is another flag. Welliver throws another perfect deep ball, this time to Tevin Madu. This time it's Jack Hines on the hold. 3rd and, I think, 22 coming up, 21, something like that. I'm sorry, it's a safety. It's a safety because it pushes us so far back. We're in our own end zone. The holding call is a safety. And now Syracuse gets the ball and an opportunity to take the lead. That's unreal. 2 touchdowns. At least one of them was going to be a touchdown. The other one, a big pickup for Tevin Madu. Completely undone by the O-line. 2 holding calls. And we actually end up giving away 2 points. Unreal. Bradbury back to throw. He's going to lob one deep down the field. At least maybe we can make a play. Swatted away by Nick Giuliano. Was good double coverage. I cannot believe that from the 2 tackles this season. Jack Hines, Manny Smith, been such a letdown this year. You've seen Willis breaks a tackle, fumble forced by Raheem Lovelace. It's still on the turf. It's finally recovered by the Orange. It actually ends up being a pickup of 9. Because of the way it was fumbled around. So a 3rd and 1. That was Raheem Lovelace, by the way, that forced that out. Willis on the carry finds a running lane. And again, even with the run commit, it doesn't matter. This guy is perfection against us. At the 31, it's a 1st and 10 for Syracuse. Out of the shotgun, Willis is to his right. If they give him the ball, it's going to be a pickup of at least 30, I'd have to assume, which would basically put them in the end zone. Kingsbury going to be hit as he throws. That was nearly interceptable. On 2nd and 10 from the 31, Kingsbury scrambling again and scrambling into A.J. Hepburn, who gives him a loss of 9. From the 39, 3rd and forever for Kingsbury. As he has time to throw and throws it away again. This guy on 3rd down, he's uncomfortable. Throws it away. They're going to attempt a long field goal here. This is 56, 57, 56 and a half yards, it looks like. Kick is on its way. It's veering to the right, but it stays inside. The upright kick is good. So it's now 21-19 for the UConn Huskies. The frustration has to be absolutely at a boiling point for Cole Welliver. His best 2 throws of the day, both undone by holding calls by his 2 tackles. And to add insult to injury, the second one gives Syracuse 2 points. They then get the ball back, drive down the field, get 3 more with a field goal as McBath gets a first. This offensive line has been something else this season. So we're back to pass with Welliver. There's actually a little bit of room to run here. I did see an opportunity to throw to Tobin there. I don't know at this point. I'm scared. 2nd and 7 from the 49 as Welliver throws quickly. That one is caught by Montgomery. It was a scary ball there for a second. On 3rd and 2 from the 45, they left Tobin by himself, but the play is still made by the Syracuse defender. Man, oh man, do we punt it on 4th and 2? The UConn offense is still on the field. On 4th and 2 from the 45. Hand it off, Max Cadet, nowhere to go. O-line, everyone on the O-line got beat on that play. Still the 3rd quarter here. Syracuse with an opportunity to take the lead with even just a field goal. This one incomplete, too low for the wide receiver Kevin Brendel. This has been a very, very strange game. 2nd and 10 from the 47, Kingsbury. Running out of time, Joey Terrell chasing him down, hitting him as he throws, incomplete, 3rd down. Another 3rd and long forced by the UConn Huskies. What can the Orange muster? Kingsbury to pass. Running out of time, takes the check down, and it's dropped by Darian Raggi. And they will punt it once again. What do we do about this O-line? The constant mistakes. Bad blocking. 1st and 10 from the 16. Cadet gets the carry and gets 4. Barry Wright, the one to bring him down. 2nd and 6 from the 20. And we'll get a carry here from Cadet. Huge burst of speed and fighting for the yardage. I don't know why I said that was Cadet. That's clearly Shaq McBath. Either way, it's a first. Kind of gave McBath a bit of a breather there in the 3rd, but Cadet was just not getting the plays we needed. Jack Hines is horrible. 2nd and 14 after the loss. A blitz on its way. Welliver just going to lob one up. Was going to be hit as he throws. It's out of reach of Dorian Tobin. When we get a perfect throw from Welliver, there's a holding call. When there's no time to throw, I couldn't even see Tobin, by the way. I just threw it up. We were about to take a hit. I just hit a button. Welliver cannot make the throw. It's not even necessarily that I expect him to make the throw, but man, oh man, can we catch a break? Holding penalties on perfect throws, but then bad throws when there's no holding penalties. It's like we can do no right at the moment. It's very frustrating, and hit as he throws as Welliver. And he had a man open. It's Brock Montgomery. He's wide open. Who was that let the man through? It was Wayne Rourke, and he was not helped at all by Shaq McBath. And because our punter is miserable, we start from inside the 50 for the Orange, and Willis is the one on the carry, only finds 3 yards. Him being in the game scares me because it seems like he can just get an explosive run at any time. 2nd and 7 from the 47. Kingsbury will send him in motion, so it is going to be a throw here, and a quick one dropped yet again. You know, for all the issues we have had, they have had similar ones. 3rd and 7 from the 47. Kingsbury, all kinds of time to throw, has a man down the field, swatted away by Gerard Byler. What a play by the former linebacker. And it's a 4th and 7. They punt again. Syracuse punter shanked the kick a bit, so we start from the 35. Decent field position. McBath, the man in the backfield. He gets the carry, he makes a cut up the middle, and that's why you like these elusive, shifty back type of guys. I don't think Cadet can make that cut and get that yardage. 700 yards on the season now for Shaq McBath. 2nd and 7 from the 44. And we'll look down the field for Dorian Tobin. It's a little underthrown from Welliver. 3rd down. Big 3rd down and 7 here. 7:50 left to play from the 44. We're back to throw. And it's so underthrown from Cole Welliver. That is unbelievable. His short accuracy is horrible. I know that, but wow, that's really sad. I did intentionally hold the meter the whole time this time. That's why it got to the yellow. But like, my God, Cole, we have to be able to make throws like that. That's a 1st down for Marcus Angler, a free one at that. But the reason I held it the whole time was because I wanted the throw to be as fast as possible. And I figured it didn't matter if it hit the yellow because this should be an automatic throw from any quarterback. I guess not from Cole Welliver. So we punted again, and it's up to the defense once again. I hate having to do this to them week after week. It has just been insane from this offense, and primarily the offensive line. Nate Putu makes a play there. 2nd and 11 after the loss. Kingsbury, time to throw. Really good pocket for Kingsbury. Finds his target. It's another drop. Taylor Watkins can't hold on. He's been pretty sure-handed today. So another 3rd down, this time for the Orange. 3rd and 11 from the 19. Delayed handoff to Willis. They're actually going to get this. That is unreal that we cannot stop Yassine Willis. I cannot believe that. That may have just given them some momentum here. 7 minutes left to play. Willis gonna get the carry. Stiff arms the hell out of Joey Terrell and gets 6. I don't know who this guy is, but he is insane. Kingsbury under center. Exactly 7 minutes left to play. And he will look to throw. Has Watkins. Byler. Bad tackle attempt with the bad coverage. I can't even speak right now. It's how dumbfounded I am by this team. Taylor Watkins beats Byler badly. And now it's a 1st and 10 at the UConn 26. The Orange only need a field goal to take the lead. And Willis will get the carry this time. Joey Terrell not going to get stiff-armed. 2nd and 12 from the 28. Peter Kingsbury does look to throw again. And this time Byler not allowing the reception. 6.5 left to play. Now 3rd and 12. From the 28. Blitz picked up nicely. Throw on the run. It's intercepted by George Kiki. Nothing but green in front of him. Is he going to get the pick 6 to put the dagger into the Syracuse Orange? That's exactly what he's going to do. George Kiki, 76 yards to the house. Again, I'll bring up that comment from last episode. He either makes a huge play or he gets burned. He's been quiet today, but he got his huge play, a pick 6 right when we needed it. I love you, George Kiki. I don't know about you guys, but that drive from the Orange had me nervous. I was certain that they were going to kick a field goal, score a touchdown, take the lead, and then our offense hasn't been able to do anything. But hey, we got bailed out by George Kiki right when we needed it. Still 6 minutes left to play, though. It is not over by any means. I know I called it the dagger. It may not be. It is a 2-possession lead now, though, for UConn. Kingsbury to throw over the middle, and caught and going down immediately is Kevin Brendel. You may notice that Joey Terrell not in the game. Addison Biggs is in. He's a pretty decent replacement, but of course we love Joey Terrell. I don't know why he's not in the game. Must just be tired. And after the penalty, Joey is back in the game, so just needed a breather. 1st and 15 for the Orange. Bradbury nearly hit as he throws, gets it off. Good little throw on the run there. Santos makes the tackle. It's a 2nd and 7. We're just going to continue to bring the heat against Kingsbury. As he looks to throw again. And down he goes, Raheem Lovelace, getting the 5th sack of the day for UConn. Under 5 minutes left to play. 3rd and 15 from their own 30. Kingsbury to throw downfield. This time, George Kiki's gonna get burned. We mentioned it. He gets burned or he gets a big play. He had the big play, so you know he had to get burned. 1st and goal at the 10 for Syracuse. 4.5 minutes left to play. It's Willis in the backfield, which terrifies me. Bradbury will hand off Willis. Corin Daly got pancaked, and Joey Terrell, his wear and tear just went down big time. Got to be a little bit worried about that. 2nd and goal from the 8. Kingsbury is under center, calls an audible, takes the snap, hands off Willis. Terrell, despite the injury concerns, makes his 8th tackle of the day. 3rd and goal, a big time 3rd and goal. They probably settle for the field goal if we get the stop here, but we don't. Terrible, horrible coverage from AJ Hepburn. And it's Conrad Willingham on the reception, getting the touchdown for Syracuse, and they're back within a score. What that means is that a field goal would take the lead for Syracuse. I can't believe George Kiki, by the way, getting burned just after I was talking about him getting burned or having a big play. 1st and 10 from the 20. McBath still the lead back and nowhere to go. He could not get off of Wayne Rourke. On 2nd and 10 from the 20. Welliver back to throw, hit as he throws. Blitz not picked up. 3rd and 10 from the 20. So we're back to pass. We want Tevin Madu, and he'll go down at the 1st down marker. That is a significant first. 2.5 left to play. McBath on the carry. Finds a running lane, cuts this back, and that's going to bring us to the 2-minute timeout. 2nd and 1. And McBath gets the carry. Where is the blocking? Syracuse calls their first timeout. Unreal. Cannot make this up. 3rd and 3. 1:58 left. Welliver will throw, and he wants Montgomery, and it's just completely off the mark. 4th and 3, we punt. This has been one of the weirdest college football 25 games I've ever played. 1st and 10 from the 30. Syracuse only has to get to field goal range. Kingsbury throws and finds his target, but it's another drop. He's had so many of those. I think that's the 2nd one from Darian Raggi. 2nd and 10 from the 30. 1:47 left. Kingsbury throws quickly, finding his target. It's already a big pickup. And at what point does UConn start calling timeouts? They only need field goal range. They're already very close to it. I think we have to send heat just to try to keep them out of it, try to get tackles for loss. But if they're getting the ball out this quickly, it's not going to happen. That player does go out of bounds, which stops the clock. 2nd and 2. Quick throw. Hepburn burned again, and now they're easily in field goal range. Well within it, as a matter of fact. They could go to the ground here. They could continue to the air. It would actually benefit us now if they score quickly. And it's going to be a keeper, and we will start calling timeouts. Joey Terrell still experiencing significant wear and tear. On 2nd and 11, it's a handoff. Willis, and we're in the backfield again. It's D'Angelo Townsend. 3rd and 7. Need the stop here. Gotta have it. Willis goes down. It's Adonis Keough. We'll use our last timeout. If by some miracle the kick is missed, UConn wins the game. But we will have some time to drive down the field, assuming they make it. This one up and good. Nearly blocked again by Alfonso Ruiz. 52 seconds for Cole Welliver and the offense. 1st and 10 from the 22. Welliver back to pass to start this drive. And we'll get a quick pickup and we'll hurry it up. We, of course, also only need field goal range for Costanzo. 45 seconds. Back to pass again. And we'll throw this quickly for Overhauser. That's going to be a holding penalty. I can't with this team. I cannot. 1st and 20 from our own 25 after the holding call. We've got Tevin Madu again. Make the play. It is overthrown by Cole Welliver. What do we do? 2nd and 20 from the 25. Seems like the gods just don't want us to win. Wide open in the open field, though, is Dorian Tobin, and he's nearly to field goal range. We got to hurry this up. We have to hurry this up. 25 seconds left to play. Welliver back to throw. We're just going to throw this away. 19 seconds left to play. It's a little strange, but I wanted to run the ball. There's no way. There's no way. It's a holding penalty on Manny Smith. It's a holding penalty on Manny Smith. That pushes us out of field goal range. We were at 54 yards. Manny Smith holds. pushes us out of field goal range. 2nd and 20. We're out of field goal range, so all we can do is try again. This is going to be overthrown by Cole Welliver. This team doesn't want to win. It just does not want to win. 12 seconds left on the clock. It's 3rd and 20. Welliver throwing a deep ball for Tevin Madu, and he catches it. Does he go out of bounds? There's still time. There's still time. We're hurrying it up. 6 seconds on the clock. I wanted to run a spike play, but instead we're going to run an actual play. Welliver to throw. End zone. There's a flag down again. It's Manny Smith. It's Manny Smith on a hold. My God, this guy. He's benched. He is benched. So it's a 29-yard field goal attempt. Left hash from Zach Costanzo. Kick on its way. And it's just inside that left upright. UConn's going to win the game. Oh my God. What was this game between the UConn Huskies and the Syracuse Orange? This is the most absurd game of college football 25 I have seen in my hundreds of hours playing the game. UConn takes the lead here at the very end as time is expiring, and they'll win this football game. I cannot make up the storyline of this game. Tevin Madu on that deep ball grab will go down in history. Regardless of if he plays another snap in a Huskies uniform, that one catch alone puts him in the record books. It puts him in the UConn Hall of Fame. Tevin Madu. What an absurd game this was. Is there some way that I can see that Tevin Madu catch again? So here's the play. I honestly have no idea what I said in my commentary. I was just laser focused. In fact, I regretted throwing this up to Tevin Madu as soon as I pressed the button, because I figured it was just going to be, if he caught it, we weren't going to have enough time anyway. But he catches this jump ball, insane, first of all, and he actually ends up out of bounds at the 1. So I called hurry up. I didn't actually have to. The clock was dead. I didn't know the game would let you call hurry up if the clock was stopped. But my God, Tevin Madu bailing us out. And then I think it was Madu actually who caught the next pass as well that would have been a touchdown to seal the game. But Manny Smith held again and then was benched. Man, that game was absurd. I'm sure you guys agree. That was a ridiculous game. The back-to-back holding calls to give us the safety. That was part of the reason we were in that mess at the end. The offense, again, not really being able to do anything through the air, primarily because Manny Smith was holding damn near every other play. Cole Welliver had a terrible day. 213 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Only 38% completion percentage. For rushing, McBath ran the ball 31 times, had 187 yards. Cadet had 2 touchdowns. Receiving, Dalton Schmizniak 4 for 47 and a touchdown, had another jump ball grab in the end zone. Love that for him. Dorian Tobin 3 for 60, still just the deep ball guy. Tevin Madu now getting involved in the offense, of course, had that catch at the end of the game that we will not soon forget. Brock Montgomery 2 for 35. Overhauser 1 for 13, Engler 1 for 2. Kind of excited that a guy like Tevin Madu is going to be a little bit more involved in the offense. Joey Terrell leads the way with 9 solo tackles and 13 total tackles, with 5 tackles for loss and a sack. The dude is just disgusting. Raheem Lovelace was also very, very good. 12 total tackles, 2 TFLs, a sack and a half. George Kiki, of course, had that pick 6, which ended up being a huge difference maker in this game. For a split second, I thought I had missed that last field goal with Costanzo. It was one of those ones from the hashes where it feels like you're pushing it way too far, when in reality, you're clearly not pushing it enough, I guess. But hey, a win's a win. I'll take it. If this were NCAA football 14 back in the day, that would have been an ESPN classic. That is absolutely, I think, the best game we have played in the history of the UConn Dynasty. I really hope it was entertaining. It sure as hell was entertaining for me. It was super frustrating, but we'll go ahead and advance the week. UConn now 4-2 by the skin of their teeth. Kareem Ursua sees that miracle and he commits to the UConn Huskies. Jamichael Newton, a 5-star right tackle from New Jersey, wants to be a Husky. Tevin Dobbs, a right guard from Chicago, is committed to being a Husky. Joey Terrell wins Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week, and he wins National Defensive Player of the Week. It's almost every week with this guy. In slightly less positive news, though, we lost Christine Poljan to Georgia. Devastating. I really thought we'd have a chance to get him this coming week. He was supposed to visit us week 7. 5-star gem stolen by Georgia again. If you remember, Tank Easy was actually a 5-star gem edge rusher stolen by Georgia as well. And then we did lose Matt Griggs to Florida State. So some positives. Kareem Ursua, I think, is obviously the big time future of the backfield, especially as an elusive back. Do wish he was a bit faster, but he does have platinum sidestep. So I'm really excited about that. It sucks really bad though to miss out on Poljan. Definitely need to go look at some corners. Unlike previous seasons, I'm actually going to leave these players that we lose on the board so that maybe we can look at them down the road and be like, yeah, we did miss out on this guy or such and such. But we do get commits from Tevin Dobbs, Jamichael Newton, and Kareem Ursua. So still been a really good recruiting class. I think we've already got 2 5-stars and a bunch of 4-stars. Just sucks to miss out on Poljan in particular. In the next episode, we face off against a former national champion, only a couple years removed from that, UAB, of course, winning it in season number 3. They're 2-4 now, though. Definitely struggling a bit. Not the team that they were, obviously, a couple seasons ago. Probably one of the weakest teams in the Big 12 on paper, at least right now. We are to a stretch of the season that should be a little bit easier. We've got UAB, West Virginia, Liberty, and Colorado. No one here is a slouch by any means. West Virginia probably being the highest rated team of these that we have to play. But I think that this is definitely the easiest stretch of the season, these next 4 games. And then Miami should be a pretty tough opponent, and BYU kind of remains to be seen. They were off to a hot start, but now they're down to 3-3. I would like to point out that we do lead the Big 12 in sacks with 28. I actually thought it would be a much larger lead, but Liberty with 25, only 3 sacks behind us. And then Iowa State and West Virginia each with 20. We are also 4th in the Big 12 in interceptions and playing against UAB, who is currently 1st in interceptions coming up. And to end off the episode, we'll take a look at the top 25 and then the conference standings. So if you want to stick around for that, you're more than welcome to. Baylor is now the top Big 12 team. Kansas State losing to Iowa State, a team that we beat, what, like 44-0 last season. They're now actually below us, despite beating us just a couple weeks ago. That doesn't make sense to me. These rankings don't make sense, but hey, the AP poll in real life is about this bad. So now Baylor kind of the team to beat, but this is what we needed. We needed a loss from Kansas State. We actually probably need another one, because we're 2-2 in the conference. Nebraska back into the top 10. Tennessee also falling. Florida State beating them. And that was a big win for Florida State, and that's a big part of why they were able to recruit Griggs. Oklahoma State getting its 2nd loss on the season, drops to 19th. To Western Kentucky, who is now 20th after previously not being ranked. They're now 6-1, having a great year. USC drops to Indiana and falls from 6th all the way to 21st. And then Maryland falling from 19th to 22nd. So we definitely still have a path to the college football playoff, though it seems like it may be a little bit more likely as one of the extra teams rather than one of the conference champions. So real quick, we will look at those conference standings in the ACC. It is led by Stanford and Tulane, actually 3-0 each. In the American, there's a number of 2-0 teams still. We'll sort by total win-loss. I guess it's a little easier to read. North Texas 5-0, Tulsa 5-0. Tulsa currently ranked 7th. In the Big 12, Baylor, the only undefeated team remaining. TCU not ranked currently, but 5-1. And the bottom feeders in this conference right now are Arizona State and UAB. Arizona, after I think a 3-0 start, yeah, they've lost 3 in a row. In the Big 10, Washington leads the way at 5-1. We've got a number of 5-1 teams, including Rutgers, who I believe beat Nebraska and is the reason Nebraska is no longer number 1. Conference USA is Western Kentucky. Notre Dame is 7-0 as an independent, currently ranked 3rd. Ohio leads the way in the MAC. The Mountain West is led by New Mexico State and UTEP. New look Pac-12 is San Diego State, Texas State, and Nevada, all at 4-1. In the SEC, Georgia and LSU both undefeated currently. And in the Sun Belt, Troy is 5-1, leading the way there. But that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that game. That was kind of a blast. I know I get frustrated with it, but these are the types of games that I think make the series really, really fun. So if you haven't done so already, join the community Discord. There's a link down in the description below, and also consider becoming a channel member. You can do so for as low as $1 a month, and you will gain some exclusive benefits by doing so. And if you find yourself coming back on the regular and you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that sub button for me. It does help me out a lot, and I will see you guys in the next episode, where UConn looks to right the ship against UAB.